Well, it began at home with my nephews and nieces around. Okay. Yeah, so I was using comb and blade back then. Yeah, it's been over 8 years now. It's been more than 8 years. So it was here that I realized we have a problem. Okay. So through YouTube, I built up on it. Wonderful. And then here we are now.
Here you are. It's been 8 years. It is freezing. Temperature is below 0 degrees here in Nanjing. Well, Nanjing is pre-pandemic a city of more than 5,000 foreigners. Well, that's about 2,000 African students and workers that are here. Among the many things that we differ with the locals, well, our skin pigment and our hair. Well, if you are wondering how I got my hair from this to that, well, accompany me as I take you on a 40-kilometer journey to where most of Africans and, well, the many foreigners that are in this city go for their haircut. Well, since this channel is about Africa that is rising, we are trying to look at African entrepreneurs that are making a difference, even in the diaspora. We have a Ghanaian family that have committed to making foreigners in China look good. Follow me as I take you on that journey. We have a great episode coming your way. Stay tuned. This is the Black Sweet Tonight Africa Rising channel. My name is Boakye. Follow me and let's go. As the journey began, I first had to find a way to get out of my campus because China is in, well, partial lockdown, and so before I could get out, I needed to scan this code to get out of my campus, which is Boakye University in Nanjing, China. Yes, and this policy is implemented in almost every university in China. And so then we got to the subway. I mean, this is subway for a reason. The way is underneath the earth, and I'm about to descend about 80 meters underground in the belly of the earth to go and take a train. So we got underneath, yeah, did our check-in. Yeah, you have to check in. I mean, this policy has been here. Before you get to the subway, you have to screen your items. So we did a screening. Okay, so yeah, the train finally arrived. So we got on the train and the journey was so long. I mean, these trains are traveling at a speed of 40, 50 or 60 kilometers per hour. And finally, oh, thank goodness, we arrived. We are still going to do the footwork. Yeah, we had to walk for some distance, about 1.5 kilometers. Yes, walking to where they actually live. So it's not a small journey, and you actually know that you are the outskirts of Nanjing when you see some of these things. Yeah, what do they call this? Dragon and horse dance. The journey was so long that we had to actually stop and take a view. So we took a peek. Yeah, it has a bunch of old ladies and old men doing the Chinese traditional horse and dragon dance. Yeah, so we took a peek, and yeah, we were pressed for time, so let's move on. We move. So the people kept dancing while we kept moving for our haircut. And finally, we got here. I mean, they live in this, I don't know, is it a mansion? And we landed on the 16th floor, so let's move on. Yeah, finally, now the journey. Just to get a haircut, imagine. So yeah. So after exchanging some pleasantries, yeah, it was time for my haircut. I finally got into the long-awaited chair. I'm speaking about chair. There's no riding the lightning. This is right. The stage that we are, you can see I look like a book person. Okay, so after the haircut, now like the people in the books. Alright, so just as I told you, I have come for the haircut, and I mean, this is the before and then the after that you are seeing on your screen now. And he's an African, a Ghanaian. I learned he's a PhD student, and he has taken Barber as another profession. Pre-pandemic, like I said, there were more than even 5,000, I would say, foreigners. And now, that's because of the pandemic. So post-pandemic, let's say we still have even close to 1,000 or even more. that still come here on weekly basis for a haircut. I've come for mine. And like the African family, we want to have this interview with them. I want you to see how their daily life, or how they're dealing with it, how long they have been in China, and how life is going in the pandemic. Yeah, pre-pandemic and in the pandemic. So I have with me Mr. and Mrs. Arhin and their wonderful and beautiful daughter. Yes, Ishra. Yes.
Hi.
And you're welcome to the Black Suit Tonight African Rising channel.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Arhin. I will tell you something about this lady, right? She is a little bit camera shy, but behind the scenes, she's a very powerful woman. All right, so welcome to the channel. Wonderful couple, and you have a very beautiful daughter, I must say.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into it. Mr. Arhin.
Yes, boss.
I learned you were a PhD student.
Yes, okay. I'm at Boakye University.
Boakye University.
Yes.
All right, so how many years are you supposed to study, and how long are you into it?
Well, I will be graduating this year. Yes, so I've almost ended it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You are almost finished.
Yes.
And that is how many, like 4 years into it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. How old is your daughter? How old is this lady?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay, yeah. So you've been married, I would say, let's say more than 2 years. How long have it been? I want your lady to talk.
Almost 3 years. 3 years this year.
Ladies are good with dates and numbers.
Yeah, it was in August. August
10th.
Yeah.
2019.
2019. Yes.
August 2019.
Yes.
How long have you known yourself before, actually?
3 years.
3 years before. Wow.
Before you got married.
I know you were a Ghanaian couple from Africa, but did you know yourself from Ghana, or it was love brewed and cooked here in China?
We met here.
Yeah.
We met at NICF
in church. Basically.
Yeah, we met at church.
You met in church. I know you meet a lot of ladies, but
sure.
Who made the first move?
I did. I think I did. Yes.
Oh, okay. Your lady too was studying, or she's still studying. So what are you doing currently?
I'm on maternity leave.
Maternity leave. Okay, so when you first met, what were you doing?
I was then a pharmacy student at China Pharmaceutical University.
Wonderful. So you're a pharmacist.
Maybe.
Wonderful. And you've married for 3 years.
Almost 3.
Almost
3 years now. Yeah. I guess it will be 3 years.
Yes, it's 3 years.
19.
You are a barber too. How long have you been to this profession? And were you a barber when before coming to China, or it was all done here?
Well, it began at home with my nephews and nieces around.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was using comb and blade back then. Yeah, it's been over 8 years now. Wonderful. It's been more than 8 years. So it was here that I realized we have a problem.
Okay.
So through YouTube, I built up on it.
Wonderful.
And then here we are now.
Here you are. It's been 8 years when you first
More than 8 years.
More than
8 years. More than 8 years. More than.
Okay,
more than 8 years now.
You were talking about when you came to China, and then that's when you started. I mean, it looks as if you've been in China for quite a long time. How long has it been since?
Yes, I've been here.
This is 9th year.
Came here in 2013.
Wonderful.
So it's almost 9 years now, right?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't want to imagine how many people, like individually, that you've touched. I mean, you've shaved them in this particular city for 9 years. I mean, people coming in and going out, the experience and all that. My lady, I know you've really played a role for your 3 and 3, about 6 years of being in his life too, isn't it? How has, I mean, you being with him actually, should I say, improved, or let's say transformed your life? I mean, how has it changed, made life for you? Wonderful. How was it when you first met, the experience, getting married, and now you're a mother? How was the transition?
Well, I left Ghana thinking I'm coming to get my degree and then go back. Yes. And then I met this gentleman. Okay. We became friends. One thing led to the other.
It led to the other. I like
that. We got into a relationship. Yes. Then got married. And we are here now.
So you got him and then you just tied him down, just like that.
Well, let's say that.
You tied him. Tied through. That's very wonderful. So that's Mr. and Mrs. Arhin that we are still talking to. And now let's come into the main business. PhD. I mean, you started when you were doing your master's, probably, yes, in Hoha University, and now you are into your PhD, almost done.
Yeah.
I know PhD is not a joke. How have you been able to combine it? I mean, on which days, how did you combine this profession and the PhD?
Well, it's not easy. It's not easy, and I had to also do it because it was also helping. I was making money out of it. You know, here you can't be in school and work you have to like apply for work and
work study something
visa. Yeah. And I wasn't ready to go through the stress and apply for that. So just around me, and I began with a haircut. It was free actually.
Okay.
Originally it was free, but the problem I had is guys would come for haircuts every week.
Yeah.
Whether the hair is grown or not, these guys will come. And I was like, okay, then I'll have to start charging because I'm in school.
Yes.
I'm in school. So if it is free, obviously, sure, every week, come on, it's free.
So 2 days.
Yeah. That is it. So I had to also manage it with school work.
Yes.
So it's not every day that I work. At the moment, I work on Tuesdays and
Saturdays.
During the weekends, and then the rest of the days I use it for school work.
Okay.
So
wonderful.
It's how I used to like. It's the way I balance the work and then school. Yeah. And I was planning on pausing the haircut, but people come knocking on my door, and I have to.
And you understand? I have to stop because of schoolwork.
Schoolwork, and then I wanted to like concentrate fully on school and then graduate and move on. But people keep knocking on my door. I have a WeChat group, like so many people. They were asking, what's up? What is happening? So I had to resume. And right now I work just in a week. I work
2 days.
Yes, in a week. Yeah. So it's not easy, but I try to manage it. Yeah.
If you look at even post-pandemic, like the number of foreigners that are still here, I mean, we are few now as compared to the pre-pandemic level. I mean, I'm not trying to, and I hope I think a lot of people might be starting to calculate, oh, that guy said 5,000 foreigners and all that. I mean, in a week, let's say before the pandemic, prior to the pandemic, how many people used to come here in a week? And the post-pandemic,
not here.
Well, when I was
back then, it
campus,
was on Hoha campus.
Yes, you were there, so you know everything.
In a day, you know, he cuts twice a week, right? Yes, so, there were days in a day he could cut like 20 people, 25 people. Yes.
Wow, that's okay.
Yes, and then also he has VIP treatment. Yeah. So that is.
Oh, by the way, VIP treatment. That's what I've just received.
Yes.
Today.
Yeah.
Today, actually, you said Tuesdays and
Saturdays.
Yes. And today is Wednesday, by the way. So that means I've just received my VIP.
Yeah, which means you are paying more.
Yeah. There we go. So you were talking about like 20 to 25 people.
Yes. And I mentioned.
It was actually 3 times a week.
Back then,
used to work on
because
Mondays, Wednesdays.
There were a lot of foreigners then before pandemic.
And it was on campus, a lot of foreign students.
A lot of people. It was stressful actually. It was very stressful.
Yeah. And I know for doing this, I've tried when I first came here to go to a Chinese salon to get my haircut. You know, we for Africans, to be precise, maybe for the white customers that you have, they might not have so much of a problem going to the Chinese, salons. Even though the Chinese hair is very different, it is straight and it's, I think, much more slippery than what we have, right? But the white people might not, the white hair might not find so much trouble like ours.
They do actually. Okay. They also complain.
Have people shared the experience?
They also complain. It's like, I've had a few whites who have what they want, the haircut they want. They have it in hand. They have it in hand. They open it. Well, Jigga.
Okay,
then they say, how.
Like what I ordered versus what I received.
Yeah. Something different. So they are always happy they have me here.
Yes.
Yeah, as their barber. So I think it's been helpful. I've been helpful to
them.
Yeah, them.
It's a real problem that you solve.
Even though they have the streets kind of, the Chinese still have issues. Yeah.
Okay. And that is not to say Chinese barbers or Chinese salons.
They are good.
Oh,
they are
very good.
It's different in texture
of
our hair. And this has been the brain or the mind or the person that have been helping the foreigners, the many foreigners. I made mention that even pre-pandemic, this Nanjing city of about 9 million residents, we had more than 5,000 foreigners here. And this man was the sole barber of all of us.
And they were not, his customers were not only coming from Nanjing.
Okay.
Some came from outside Nanjing.
Guys, one was from Wuxi,
yeah.
2 from Hangzhou.
That is Wuxi, by the way, is like an hour and 20 minutes away from here.
By fast train,
Yes. Train that is traveling for more than, let's say, 300 kilometers per hour. So you can calculate the distance.
And I also had one guy who was at Anhui. Right now, I have no idea where they all are because I don't know. Yeah, I think they will be at home now. Yeah.
Wonderful. So it's not just even Nanjing per se. Okay, so now let's come back to business. I think now, as far as like you said, it began as a free haircut and now you've commercialized it.
Yes.
You chose the name Unique Haircut. Is it because you're unique, or I mean,
obviously,
or was the inspiration from your woman? Where did it?
Well, it just came in mind and I used it. Yeah, it just came in mind and I used it. But then I think she also inspired me in a way. Yeah, every haircut has to be unique.
Wonderful.
So then you use the unique cut. Yes, she is unique.
We are going to actually come back to the haircut. But this lady here, as she said, she's unique. I told you prior to this interview that maybe she's a little bit camera shy, but behind the scenes, she's been a backbone not just for this particular channel, but she's been inspiration to so many upcoming YouTubers, especially the Africans and the Ghanaian brothers. I remember she was the one that actually kept on. Was on my nerves. Carson, have you posted today? Ben, have you posted? This week I haven't seen your video. My notification is on. I want to share. And trust me, she shared every single video of mine and she still shares. Just to get people to view and to know that, yes, we have something great for the continent. And I said, not just me. So, if you hear me say Mama C, or if you go to my comment right now, if you go to any of my videos right now and you see Mama C or anything related to that, or Mr. or Mrs. Arhin or anything like that, then you know she is the one. So, thank you very much for the good job that you're doing for the African family. And that's all we want. It's an Africa that is rising. We just want Africa's progress. And right now we have a very great African mind that is doing wonders, even in the diaspora. He's a PhD student. He is very soon going to get his doctorate. That is one other thing. Well, now let's come back to the haircut. You made mention that you shave on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Do people still have to make appointments, or on any of these 2 days they can just pop up and
it's open on so you can just walk in and then get the haircut.
I know even this is more like a house business. Have you ever had any interruption from, let's say, the Public Security Bureau that you are doing? Or is it because they don't know something like that?
Well, we don't think it's because they don't know. But as you said, the Chinese have a problem with our kind of hair. So I believe they see it as us helping our brothers, even sisters, because ladies also do come for haircut.
The ladies too.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But you know one thing, or what also, apart from the fact that I said AC, what Georgie's word inspired me. We have a lot of Africans. One of our problems is that we don't train to be problem solvers. Like he said, he realized that was a problem that we had here in Nanjing. And so he wanted to be a part of the solution, and he began it. In Ghana, or a lot of African places where we are, if you are a doctorate, you even have a master's, we don't want to associate ourselves with some of these solution-oriented, inventions or entrepreneurship. And that is one thing that I want us all starting from today, we have to change and to seek to bring solution, and not just know how to just get certification for what we want to do or to get a certificate. And now let's come back more. I think we've done a lot of the haircut thing. They are African family living in China. And I know people who are itchy want to hear that other part of it. In fact, the baby was here. I think she is probably sleeping now. How has life been when the baby came in? In fact, I saw some aspect of your life. I mean, the children. Oh my goodness, your wedding photos. We are actually going to show you some. You are going to see. Yeah, it's actually playing on your channel. Yes, that is them on your screen right now. And it was a very beautiful wedding and all that.
Thank you.
I think a year after that, the baby came in.
Yeah.
About a year. How has the baby, especially raising a kid in China, how has it been for you?
Well,
your maternity and all that period and all.
Well, it hasn't been easy because you know, back home, your mother, your auntie, or even your siblings would help out in, you know, taking care of a newborn, or even the mother. But then there's no help here, especially now that there's COVID. No one around, no one can come in.
No one can.
And even people, our friends in China, also because of COVID, are restricted when it comes to movement. So we had to learn everything. We had to sometimes go online. My mom had to send videos of how to bathe a baby. Yes.
It's a whole experience.
Yeah, it's a whole new experience.
A whole new experience.
Yeah.
Whole new experience.
But through it all, it has been good because we've also been a blessing unto others. Yes, we through our experience.
Been able to share with others.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. Wait, you made mention of the pandemic. We've been 2 years into the pandemic already. And your baby is 2.5. So
no,
a year
1.5. Yeah.
So
and mind you,
pandemic.
It was within the.
No.
We had
the baby was conceived before the pandemic.
But during the pandemic, she was still
in there.
Yes.
Why didn't you go home? I mean, a lot of people went home, especially I know a couple
so,
that went home. What happened?
I didn't go home because at the time people were contracting the disease at the airport.
At the airport.
I was then pregnant. I didn't know what would happen, right? So we actually were almost close to buying a ticket.
Okay.
But then, because people were contracting the disease,
we didn't want to risk it.
Yes.
We just didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
You want to risk it.
Wow. And you stayed, you gave birth, and so your maternity trip and everything was even still during the pandemic. Or because of the lockdown, did they restrict you from getting the attention you needed?
Well, before I was in Tianjin when I found out I was pregnant, right?
Okay.
So it also contributed with me putting my school on hold, because then my husband was in Nanjing, which is about 8 hours by first train away from here. My school, I was kind of lonely there, so I came to Nanjing, and then there was the lockdown, right? So during the lockdown, it was scary at the time to even go to the hospital. So exactly. I'm saying this now, for 5 whole months, I never went to the hospital for my antenatal.
Wow.
Yes.
Did it affect you anyway, or do you feel
no? Well, psychologically, because I didn't know what was happening within me, right? So, well, as Christians, we prayed.
And
everything
your husband
was
was also an inspiration. I think this man, I think you might just see him on the professional side. But there's another aspect of him that maybe he might just not show you on screen. But he's very humorous, and I'm sure he was able to do that trick also on you, isn't it?
It wasn't easy though. It wasn't easy, but we were able to go through it, and then the baby came, and it's been rewarding. But the other issue is the sleep. The sleep is the problem.
So when she sleeps during the day when you are active and doesn't sleep at night, so
it changes the routine and all that. But we have to adjust. Yeah, and we're okay now.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so you'll be ending it very soon. In fact, we are just going to take their very last word. I mean, in general, their experience in China, raising a kid here, would they advise someone, especially looking at the experience? I mean, let's put the COVID pandemic aside and all that. I mean, your kid, you have to look at hospital bills, getting the, I mean, all these things that, I don't know how you call it, to take care of a baby, even a child schooling and all that. Raising your kid here in China and all that, how has it been? Would you advise someone?
Well, I would want to take that. So, I don't think we are in the right position to advise someone on whether or not to, you know, raise a child here. It depends on you, the individual. If you feel it's okay for you, why not? Because if it wasn't okay for us, we would have been in our countries, right? Although we've had our ups and downs, but on the average, it's been okay. It's an individual, you know, preference. So if you feel it's okay for you, why not? We've had people who had kids and, you know, had to, you know, go back to their countries. It's
like you have to like try it. If it's okay with you, then
you
fine.
weigh the options.
Go ahead. But if you try and then it's not working, then move on to another place, another.
It can be expensive. It can be affordable. It depends. Like, we can't sit here and say someone should raise their kid or not.
But in general, is it expensive here to raise?
It's relative.
The bills are yes, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. But then, if you have an
income
coming in,
if you are here working, fine, it's okay. But if you are not working, or if you are schooling only and you want to, no, it won't be easy.
But like you were saying, even back home, some people are still not able to pay for their hospital bills. So it depends on the kind of, you know, income.
Which hospital you can afford.
Exactly.
You were speaking about if you were schooling alone and all that. I know this is your business alongside your PhD. You are also into other food businesses. You want to talk about it?
Well, not only food. So, should I call myself a hairstylist?
Okay.
Well, China made me, So, if I'll give a little background, so I was a fee-paying student. I had to do something for myself. So, just like him, I also went on YouTube and started something. But before, I was selling jollof.
Okay.
Yes. And then I started with this, and then later on I added sobolo, which is bisab
sodium oxide.
And then I make meat pies as well.
Pastries and all. So this is the families of the hair family.
Yes.
So the lady is helping the ladies about
not only ladies, even guys
who want to braid.
Wow, that's wonderful. And now you're also into food business. How is it now with the baby in? Has it limited you?
Well,
do you still do the hair now?
Yes, I still do it, but I don't go out like before because of the baby. Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So we are about to end here. Like I told you, my name is Boakye Bernard Woma. This is the Black Sweet Tonight Africa Rising channel, and we are here speaking, or we just had an interview with Mr. and Mrs. Arhin, and they are the should I say the hair family, helping the many foreigners that are in China here deal with their hair. If you want to cut it, if you want to braid, if you want to plait it, whatever you want to do, they are here for you. I mean, your last words. A lot of Africans are watching you, and not just Africans anyway, but people who want the progress of Africa to move on. You are in the diaspora. I mean, your quota that you can contribute is helping our African brothers and even those who are not even Africans. What would you advise people, even especially in terms of entrepreneurship, how people can help transform Africa, especially those in the diaspora? Should they plan on going home to solve problems? What's your last word? Let me start from the lady.
Okay, so I'll always go back to
our country.
Not necessarily our country, but then from what he said earlier, he saw a problem and then found a solution. For us Africans especially, we always look up to the government to solve most of these problems, but then we as individuals, I think, can always find, there are so many problems, right?
Once you're able to.
Yeah, and then we shouldn't let things limit us. Like when I say things, I mean, sometimes you are limited because you feel you have a doctorate degree, so you can't go to someone's level. Yeah, he will be getting his doctorate soon, but then he's taking it upon himself to help people with their hairs. And to put it on record, we're even planning on setting up a salon in Ghana. Yes. So we shouldn't only look up to the government for solutions. We should try in our own small ways to solve these problems here. And I think together we can grow.
We can grow Africa.
We have to be problem solvers and not certificate holders. Yeah, what will be your last words?
Well,
a lot of African rising funds are watching you.
I will also add that we should all get a skill.
A skill.
Yeah, wherever you are, it will be with you. Whether it's playing keyboard, guitar, swimming is music, makeup, video editing, whatever, haircut, is it dress making or whatever skill you can. In addition to your schooling, just add it. Wherever you are, you would still have that skill with you, and it will help a lot.
A lot. That is what the channel is into. Trying to help a lot of people be problem solvers or solution oriented. My name is Boakye and we have just spoken to the Arhins. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Arhin, and they have a beautiful daughter. Sorry if you missed the face of the daughter. Her name is Inshira. And just as they have advised, we have to be, once again, solution oriented. My name is Boakye and this is the Black Suit Tonight African Rising channel. I think this channel, this episode, we are probably going to call it the Doctorate Barber. Yeah, mind you, this is the very first of similar interviews or similar episodes. There are a lot of African families here. Like Africans that have started a family here, some into entrepreneurship, some are also schooling, and in their school they are doing a lot of wonderful research that is not helping China alone, but has the potential to transform the continent where we come from. We are bringing you similar episodes where we go to these families, talk to them, let us see how life is treating them here in China and how their work or their business is going. So if you are new here, kindly subscribe, share this video, and stay on for more. I will see you when I see you.